of this year, as well as that of last year, consistently maintained that the employment of young people will remain the priority focus for his administration. Today signals one of those days where the commitments made in these policy statements by the Premier are to be realized. It is a ceremonial signing of the Memorandum of Understanding between the Northwest Provincial Government and the Construction, Education and Training Authority. And that's why we are here today. And on that note, I wish to take the opportunity then to welcome you, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to, at this stage, then request the MEC for Public Works, Marona, Me Elizabeth Mukua, to do the purpose for us. MEC, I invite you to the stage. Let's welcome the MEC, please.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Program Director. And also let me take this particular opportunity to really appreciate and welcome also everyone who is in here. Let me first and foremost pass my greetings to our Honorable Progressive Premier in the province. Progressive in many ways, by the way. The 7th administration could not have given us a better premier than this one. You are 100% correct, Program Director, that the first speech of the opening of the legislature by our premier was hitting hard on the issue of youth empowerment. And from that time up until today, the Premier has now and then been emphasizing that we must prioritize capacitation, training of youth in different departments. And I think that the Department of Public Works and Roads comes handy as an infrastructure department. Now, I'm sent here to come and do the simple task of outlining the purpose. I want to appreciate the CETA that has come on board. I'm reminded of the words of the wise man, our late Nelson Rolihlahla Mandela, who said, as and when you are pushing the revolution, you need to identify the strategic forces that will help you to propel the revolution forward. And therefore, the Premier, while he was looking around for who will help in this particular mammoth task of taking our youth along, he also identified CETA, which also accepted the responsibility, and for that, we will forever be appreciative. And we appreciate everyone who, in this cold winter, made it a point that they are also coming on board to ensure that this particular wonderful event of today will be part of history making. Now, the 7th administration has acknowledged the challenges of the province that the youth are having to deal with, the challenges of unemployment and social ills that are plaguing the province, and therefore has realized that we need to come up with a plan and a program of ensuring that the youth are accommodated and the youth are acknowledged and the youth are capacitated and trained in this particular regard. As the Department of Public Works and Roads, we are tasked with the responsibility of ensuring that we recruit the members of the EPWP to ensure that we address the issues of cleanliness of the town and the cleanliness of government departments and so forth and so on. And also the artisanry, recruitment of the artisans, because we don't want to continue with outsourcing of all the responsibilities of maintenance. We want to build capacity within the department to ensure that we train our youth in the areas of artisanry, so that ultimately the issues of maintenance of government buildings and also all the infrastructure that we are to deal with, all the maintenance will be an in-house program. And therefore, we are here to witness this history-making time, which the Premier of the province will be signing a Memorandum of Understanding with the CETA in agreement on how are we going to unfold this particular program. And I don't want to take a long time, Premier. I want to appreciate you for taking us as the Department of Public Works and Roads along, realizing that we have the responsibility as far as Section 154 as the department to assist and intervene in areas where municipality are unable to can then fulfill some tasks. As a Department of Public Works and Roads, we come handy in that particular instance. And the only challenge that we are having as the Department of Public Works and Roads is the question of resources. Now, these resources that will be brought by this friend in the journey, CETA, will come handy and will help us to cover mileage in that particular regard. I think that is the purpose that we are here today. Thank you very much, Premier, and thank you very much, Program Director.
Ms. Imukua, thank you so much. You have excellently outlined the purpose for us to be gathered here today. And for that, I thank you very much. You have touched on very salient points that are at the center of your program of action as the 7th administration. Ladies and gentlemen, before I invite to the stage the administrator, Ntate Nkwane, I'm going to request the collective from the CETA to rise and introduce themselves to this meeting and to the people of the Northwest Province who are following us. Can you do that, ladies and gentlemen? The colleagues from the CETA, just stand one by one and introduce yourself, and thereafter we will then invite Ntate Nkwana, the administrator for CETA, to come forward.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Bonsoe Mashaba, coming from the CETA head office, the marketing intern. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. I'm the CETA from the head office. Coming from the head office, I'm Mmabatho Palms.
Good afternoon, everyone, and all protocol observed. My name is Mmabatho Palms, and I am a marketing officer under the leadership of Mr. Nkwana at the Construction Education and Training Authority. Thank you.
Good afternoon. I'm Letabo Ntunga from head office. I'm on a registry department. Thank you.
Good day, protocol observed. My name is Peter Ntsue. I'm the client service officer for the construction CETA. I'm based in Claxton.
Ke a dumedisa motsamaisi wa tiro, leina la ka ke Kgalemang Letlogile, provincial officer for CETA, responsible for projects and client services based here in Mahikeng. Ke a leboga.
Tobela, good day. Lebitso la ka ke Robert Semenya, ke advisor to administrator on core business ya CETA. Thank you.
Thank you very much. As I indicated earlier, we are joined by officials from the Northwest Provincial Government, and we are led administratively by the HOD of the Department of Public Works and Administration, Remos Khansi. Can you just rise so that the collective can see you? Thank you very much, Bramos. We are under your command administratively here, Bramos. The rest of us, ladies and gentlemen, we are officials from Northwest Provincial Government. At this stage, Premier, if you permit, I wish to invite Ntate Opa Nkwane to come and give us a message from the CETA. Let's welcome him, please.
NgeXhosa ndizawuba mfishana, but 1 hour later I'll still be on the podium. If you have been to a Xhosa funeral, there will be an uncle who comes and says ndizawuba mfishana. But 1 hour 30 minutes later, he's still on the podium. Let me take this opportunity to thank the program director, the Honorable Premier Tate Mokgosi. We met a month ago and we committed that we'll have this session where we are programming, redesigning and recalibrating the strategic partnership between Construction CETA and the Premier and the Office of the Premier, as well as the provincial government at large. We're deeply honored. The Honorable MEC of Public Works, Memukua, thank you very much. The executive mayors present, the leaders of the Northwest Provincial Government, I'm seeing my colleagues, the HODs are here, and the DDGs. Our traditional leadership, who are in the house, we thank you very much. Representatives of municipalities, I've seen some. Our skills development providers and facilitators, I've seen 1 or 2 in the house. My colleagues who took their time and effort and on a very short notice to come and partner with us here, they've just stood up, and the colleagues from the province, greatly appreciated. If there are any medias, ladies and gentlemen, how many days to 16th of June? 6. Everyone knows what happened during the 16th of June. So the youth by then were disappointed with the system. On the 16th of June this year, we need to be calibrating, resetting, refocusing, and telling the youth of the current generation that we are the government that cares. We are the government that creates opportunities. We are the government that creates much more resilient economy that will absorb them in various portfolios. Indeed, Honorable Premier, we are honored to be here at your request, but as well as with the aim of executing our mandate of CETA, which is skilling, reskilling for better opportunities and for better empowerment of the youth so that they could be marketable and enjoy the opportunities that the country gives. CETA has a meaningful footprint in the province of Northwest. At this stage, we having the provincial exposure. It's at about 187 million rands, and I really want us to spend time with respect to the resetting of that program, recalibrating, refocusing, and also the proper institutionalization of program management capacity. We'll be witnessing the signing of the MOU that will commit CETA for the next 3 years on this program, characterized by various interventions that we'll be making, which amongst others includes learnerships, skills development program, internships, bursaries, TVET programs, but they critically are interventions like the RPL. Let's start to recognize and acknowledge people who naturally, who are gifted, who did the works. Let's formalize them, let's mainstream them, let's acknowledge and credit them and give them proper certificates for their trade skills with respect to that program. So we'll be coming together with the various government departments, packaging all these interventions, reskilling our programs, making sure that the infrastructure development programs in the Northwest Province doesn't escape our hands. every part of the infrastructure that is going to be developed in this province should have gone through the construction CETA's hands. All the skills development programs. MEC, I'm fully subscribing to a notion of in-house capacity building, especially for large-scale infrastructure program, especially related to programs such as an expanded public works program, where we need to accelerate labor-intensive programs so that we make sure that we create opportunities, we create empowerment, not necessarily for the youth of the youth to remain in the province. It would be ideal if they remember if opportunities in the country emerges, let them have a fair competition based on the skills development programs that we'll have developed. But again, Honorable Premier, what is important that is not there will form part of our core. We are very serious about program governance, project accountability, and program leadership. We want to see committed funding resulting in impact. We want to see the learnerships, the candidacy, the apprenticeship, the short and long-term skills that we are developing being directly linked to a particular infrastructure program, be it housing development, be it roads infrastructure, be it water and sanitation infrastructure. We want to be responding directly to that. Honorable Premier, we need to strengthen the program management capacity so that we can see a throughput resulting in certification. Let's just not train for the sake of training. Let people and young people especially have short-term skills, long-term skills, and finally apprenticeships. That's why we're framing this program as a 3-year intervention, so that after 3 years, the artisanal program, we want to see more artisans in various disciplines that we are committing ourselves to. We want to respond. We did a simple analysis of the CAPEX program. I think the provincial CAPEX program, including of the municipality in this province, is about almost 17 billion rands. All the municipalities, all the provincial program, it's surrounded. So we need to be including the private sector initiatives. So this is the capital investment program that we really need to touch and have our heartbeat and have our fingers on that, so that our resources that we are investing on result in maximum impact. We're creating opportunities for young people in this space. Without going Honorable Premier, we really appreciate the space you have given us. We really appreciate the opportunity that we came here. We want to complete within the maximum that they would tell us, within the next 3 to 4 weeks max, HOD, want to see the completion of a comprehensive program implementation plan where we can make strategic decision on which program do we start with, how do we mobilize it, who's the key strategic partners that we can roll it. Every 3 months we need to be seen to be reporting to the Honorable Premier, making an impact. 1-year program, setting of targets, and a full year program over the next 3 years. It must make sense, it must make financial, economic, and skills development sense. But lastly, Honorable Premier and the Honorable MEC, the program will be centered around mentorship. We want to see mentors coming to the party, institutionalizing the program, training, retraining, reorientating, so that the certification program can result in impact. But also the MEC, I'm happy that even the HODs here, we've had challenges with some programs that we ran in this program. I'm happy that with this resetting of the leadership, let's go back to the drawing board. Let's relook at those programs that we funded that we've had challenges with. Let's take a deep dive, reset them, reanalyze them, and then reformat them so that we continue to execute those programs that are continues to be stalling at this stage, so that when we reset the new agenda, we are setting up all the mechanisms for quicker, faster, credible implementation. The Honorable Premier is correct. The youth of today are running out of patience with us. We can't be sitting with state resources for creation of job opportunities, for empowerment and skills development, but we're not seen to be moving. On that note, Honorable Premier and the Chairperson, I thank you very much for your time, and we're looking forward to a properly structured, well-constructed program implementation plan underpinned by the very credible MOU that we are signing. On that note, I thank you very much.
No, thank you very much, Ntate Nkwane. The message is very, very clear that in the next 3 to 4 weeks, the PIP should be ready, Program Implementation Plan. So it's a crucial milestone that will have to be registered in that period that you have indicated. Ka seno sebaka bagaetsho ke ne ke tlhoka go lo itsise gore Tonakgolo Mokgosi le puso ya gagwe ya bosupa ba dirisana mmogo sentle le segosi ka gore ba tlhaloganya gore segosi se botlhokwa mo tsamaisong ya puso ebile merafe ya rona e eteletswe pele ke segosi ke ka ga mo le bona mo letsatsing la gompieno mo gare ga rona re na le me neo mokgweetsi yo e leng gore o fano go tla go netefatsa gore tiro e manontlhotlho eno e diragala sentle e ungwelwa barolong le ba bangwe mo profenseng ya rona ya Northwest ka tsela e ntseng jalo ke ne ke tlhagisa fela gore re a go amogela ebile re recognize gore o na le rona mma rona Tonakgolo serala ke sa gago a re amogeleng Tonakgolo ya Bokone Bophirima Bagaetsho.
No, we can get seated. Program Director, Mr. Setswambung, the member of the Executive Council responsible for Roads and Public Works, Mayor Elizabeth Mukua, the Administrator of Construction CETA, Ntate Opa Nkwana, the HOD for Roads and Public Works, Ntate Kanti, all senior managers of provincial government present here today, the senior management accompanying Ntate Opa Nkwana from Construction CETA, all protocol observed. Dumelang bagaetsho. Good morning. Over and above segosi sa rona se se leng fa so bo ratshidi ba emetse ke Neo Mokgweetsi mo boemong jwa segosi ke ne ke re ke tse tshono e ke itsisi bagaetsho gore re tla re le puso ya Northwest, and we are privileged and honored for signing this MOU. And this MOU is between us and the construction CETA. Now, Ntate Upangwane is right. It's almost a month ago when we met and discussed and conceptualized this MOU. We came to a conclusion that we have a very serious challenge in this country and in this province in particular, where unemployment in this province, as defined as being expanded, it's hovering around 52%. And therefore, it's a serious indictment on our part as government, much as we appreciate that we are not necessarily the only creators of job opportunities, but we are supposed to facilitate an environment that would make things easier, especially for absorption, placement, and also ultimately creating jobs. So we also have a responsibility. We believed that we needed to move with the necessary speed, and here we are, in a month's time, we are signing officially this ceremonial signing off of the MOU. We are already agreeing in this meeting that in the next 14 days, we should have signed off an implementation plan and a governance framework and protocol established. So it's important that in that 14 days, this thing should be up and running. And I'm happy that Braupa o tshwana le nna re taboga ka lebelo ga ke itse ba bantsi ba tla kgona pace e bo vuthela le ba bangwe gore ba tla kgona pace e ya gore e tabogang ka yone mme ke a itse mme Mokua le re Moskantsi ke berekile le bone gore ba tla e kgona ya no tiro e ka gore ke berekile le mme Colette Chokolingo for more than 20 years. Ke berekile le mme Chokolingo ke itse gore tiro e re tla e kgona. Now Bramos go important gore re dumalane gore mme Chokolingo le ba ba dirang le ene especially at district level. This program is not small. But I bona high unfold, bro. You correctly said it's not only about potholes, it's about road infrastructure maintenance program. So road infrastructure program by its nature, it's more than just potholes. So it's a 3-year program, and I'm happy we have agreed that when we part ways here, we must have a small session and then speak about our house rules and moving forward. Because this thing is going to be big, it's not as small as many people may think. And therefore, that's where officials at the level of Chokolingo, at district level, are very critical and important to make it happen. Public Works has more than, is it 6,000, Bramos? 10,000, EPWP. But because I worked for that department for many years, I know we've got challenge in that department with such large numbers, from resource point of view, from protective clothing, from equipment, from material, from placement. Therefore, it's important, including monitoring and supervision. So it's a program that we think that with what we are doing, we may be able to come handy to the department to realization of a proper road maintenance program, so that we don't only train people, but people are certificated, people have also placement, and people have size, people have skills, and people later they become employable and so on. So it's something that we need to start now, small as it is, but they will realize later that we started something very serious. Now, this occasion marks an important milestone in our collective efforts to tackle one of the most pressing challenges facing our province and a country. And as I said, it's unemployment, particularly among our young people, women, and persons with disability. Today, we are not merely signing a document, but we are establishing a strategic partnership that seeks to create opportunities, build skills, and empower our people to participate meaningfully in the economy. The construction sector remains one of the key drivers of our economic growth and job creation. Through targeted skills development programs, apprenticeships, learnership, artisan training, and workplace-based learning opportunities, we can equip our citizens with the competencies required to access employment and entrepreneurship opportunities within the sector. As the provincial government, we are deeply concerned by the high levels of unemployment affecting our own communities. Young people continue to face significant barriers to enter the labor market, and therefore we often say even our women, they encounter limited access to economic opportunities, while persons with disabilities remain underrepresented in skills development and employment programs. This Memorandum of Understanding must demonstrate our shared commitment to changing this reality. Through this partnership, we seek to achieve, and I will just mention a few of the following: expand access to accredited skills development program within the construction and the built environment sector. Increase participation of youth, women, and persons with disabilities in learnership and apprenticeship, internship, and artisan development programs. Also to promote entrepreneurship development and support emerging contractors and small enterprises. We also want to strengthen collaboration between government, industry, and training institutions to ensure that skills development do respond to labor market needs. We also want to contribute towards sustainable job creation and inclusive economic growth access to the Northwest Province as encapsulated in our growth and development strategy. We appreciate Construction CETA for recognizing the potential of our province and for partnering with us in advancing skills development initiatives that will improve the lives of our people. This partnership aligns with the priorities of government to build a capable workforce, stimulate economic growth, reduce poverty, and promote social inclusion. It further supports our vision of creating a province where every citizen has an opportunity to contribute to and benefit from economic development. The success of this agreement will depend on effective implementation, accountability, and ongoing collaboration among all our stakeholders. And as an example, we already, as a Northwest Provincial Government, has a signed MOU with CUT, Central University of Technology in Bloemfontein, on pothole maintenance. We urge Construction CETA to come on board and fund the rollout. Re thuntse lerole, ntate Opankwane, re tswale di pothole. We therefore call government, departments, municipalities, industry partners, training providers, and community organizations to work together to ensure that the intended beneficiaries are reached and are supported. To the young people of our province, we want to say that your future matters. This partnership is designed to open doors for you and provide pathways to meaningful employment and possibility of self-employment. To women, we reaffirm our commitment to increasing your participation in sectors traditionally dominated by men and ensuring equal access to opportunities. This commitment also goes to persons with disabilities, particularly as we strive to create an inclusive growth and developmental economy where your talents, skills, and contributions are recognized and valued. Today, this signing ceremony is a demonstration of what can be achieved when institutions work together with a common purpose. Together, we can build a skilled, productive, and empowered workforce capable of driving the development of our province. On behalf of the Northwest Provincial Government, I wish to express our sincere appreciation to Construction CETA for this partnership and for the investment they are making in the future of our own people. Let us now move with determination and urgency to implement the commitments contained in this Memorandum of Understanding and deliver tangible outcomes for the people of the Northwest. And I thank you, Program Director.
A molaetsa o monate o e leng gore ba gaetsho ko ntle kwa ba o e leng gore ba nyoretswe ditšhono tsa diphatlhatiro ditšhono tsa go matlafadiwa ba o letile jaanong tota re a o lebogela molaetsa owa Tonakgolo Lazarus Kagiso Mokgosi. Setšhaba sa Northwest Province se go utlwile ka molaetsa o montle owa. Premier, go na le selo se ke se ratang ke di-event tse di tshwanele tse di khutshwane se re sa tle go spendera letsatsi lotlhe yaanong tota I'm excited gore ra fetsa e se kgale ra fetsa and gore simolotse just after 12 o'clock, so this makes me very, very happy because business ya rona se go tlhola mo di-eventeng ke go ira mmereko kwa. At this stage, ladies and gentlemen, we wish to recognize and acknowledge the presence of the executive mayor of Ngaka Modiri Molema, Councillor Khumalo Molefe. Right, so re go fe tšhono o kgona go bona gore o gone mo programmeng re kopa gore wa tumele fa pele re go fe tšhono go tlhagisa molaetsa wa thotloetso mo boemong jwa sedika a re amogeleng the executive mayor ba gaetsho.
No, thank you very much, Your Excellency, the Premier of the Northwest. It's the first time, it's the first experience I have ever heard or seen where a latecomer immediately is given an opportunity to speak in a meeting at the risk of not knowing what the meeting is about. Having said that, I was with the Premier in the morning, and the Premier granted me permission to come late. Yes, the Premier granted me permission to come late. There is no way I can undermine a good authority like that. Let me send my greetings to the Premier and the Executive Council present, my colleagues, the Mayor of Khosira Mutsiri Muilwa, and all other mayors that I do not see, the senior management and the support team, but above all, the CETA that brings the news that we so much yearned for. In your entirety as a collective, we send our greetings to you and everybody else. But above all, let us send our greetings to Bukhosi Barona, Maruna Rehu Lemogile, Rehu Amogets. I speak not as the executive mayor of the district. I elect to speak as the provincial chairperson of all municipalities in the province, that is Salga. So when I speak, I represent them even when they are not here. Premier, we as the municipalities in the Northwest pledge our total support to your leadership and vision. You need not doubt. We can see where you are taking us to. No one man is an island. Every successful man must be supported by the community, and we are that community that will support you. There is no help anymore that will come overseas. In the past, we lived through handouts from international states and countries. That chapter is closed. If you want people to depend on you forever, give them things for free. Don't teach them how to do it themselves. But eventually, one day, they will eat your hands as well. Now we realize that what you are doing, Premier, in partnership with the CETA,